Around the time that Conan dropped in Mortal Kombat 1, Ed Boon gave us a tweet saying that we were going to keep trucking forward with DLC. Now, whether that truck stops at T1000 or keeps going is hard to say. We won't know until the time comes. But with that said, what I want to do here today is go over each Mortal Kombat character here on the roster and choose one skin I would really like to see come back as a callback skin. There's absolutely still possibilities, whether the game stops at T1000 or especially continues. A really good example of callback skins have been like the MK2 pack, or Cyrax and Sector getting their MK11 skins. They really have done a fantastic job with the recent callback skins. So with that being said, I'm going to choose one callback skin for each character that I would like to see come back. The first character I want to start with is Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot doesn't have a whole lot of classic skins, but he has enough to pick from. I would say the popular votes for this would probably be the MK9 skin or the MK11 skin, but I'm going to go on my personal preference on this one. Between the two, I would pick MK9, but we already have the gear piece for that, so it would really just be the body that's different, and that body isn't too much different from the UMK3 body, enough to be significant for me. And one skin I really do like that Noob Saibot has is from Mortal Kombat Gold. This one's really different from most Noob Saibots. He has glowing blue eyes, and for me that's like familiarity to Sub-Zero. Also, the costume itself is really sleek. This is the one I would like to see return the most for Noob Saibot and MK1. Up next on the roster is Cyrax. However, this Cyrax is completely new to Mortal Kombat. Therefore, there's really not any callback skins unless we were to do like callback gear pieces, and I really would like to review the Cyrax skin I would like to see return the most in MK1, but I'm gonna have to reserve that for the cameo Cyrax, so I'm gonna have to pass on this one. Next up we have Ermac, and personally I'm a huge Ermac fan. In fact, Ermac was one of my main characters in Mortal Kombat 9. In Mortal Kombat 1, the skins here look fantastic. That is the UMK3, the movie skin. I think he's the best looking character to represent those skins, but with that being said, I think he needs some darker looking skins to represent who Ermac truly is. And I might get some flack for this, but there's two skins I'm stuck on that I'd like to see come back for Ermac. One being the Mortal Kombat 11 skin, which some people are saying that his Order of Darkness skin looks too similar to the MK11 skin, so that one shouldn't count. But I think if you look at the overall design, it does look different enough, especially if you look at the gear piece or the head. However, I'm going to go with the MK9 alternative Ermac skin. I know I'm going to be in the vocal minority on this, but this is one of my favorite Ermac skins. It's dark, it's menacing, and he doesn't really look mummified, which I'm not the biggest fan of the mummified skins. Yeah, I really like this one, the Crimson Steel and MK11 skin, and I would have to go with the MK9 all. Next up we have Kitana. Now in some of the games, Kitana skins look very similar to each other. There's still enough difference between them where they look different from each other as well, and this is a tough one. I'm stuck between Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance Kitana and the Mortal Kombat 9 Kitana. I love these skins. Ultimately on this one, I'm gonna have to choose Mortal Kombat 9 Kitana, as the next skin I would love to see as a classic throwback for. Kudos to NRS for actually making some of these characters look the way they should in their adaptations from previous games. I would really like to see the justice be done on this one. I'm a huge fan of it. Moving on. Next up is Mileena. I also really like Mileena, and I'm really glad they brought her Deception skin. So I want to say it there, I'm very thankful that we even got Mileena's Deception skin in Mortal Kombat 1. Now, whenever you choose a Mileena skin, you really are getting the full costume. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see the Flesh Pit skin again. That would be my first choice. So I'm going to go for my realistic request, and that's going to be the Mortal Kombat X Mileena. Some people say MKX is too edgy or too emo, but I truly love this. Next up, we have Tanya. And all the way up to MK1, I really love Tanya's designs, but I would pick any of her previous designs over the ones we have now. I'm also going to have to go with the MKX design on this as well, and one of the stipulations is it has to be true to design. The eyes have to be pure white as well. I really would love to see this skin return in Mortal Kombat. Next up, we have Rain. This is a fun one, yet an interesting one, because it doesn't look like the staff is going away, and my favorite one in this one so far is the MK3 skin. The two I'm stuck between for Rain would be Armageddon or MK9, and I'm gonna have to go with Armageddon on this. Now, years ago when I played Armageddon on its debut, I really wasn't that big of a fan of it, but it really does make him look like a Denian royalty. I don't know, at the same time, the MK9 skin might look better with the staff. They're neck and neck with each other. I'm gonna go with Armageddon. Next up, as most of you know, is my favorite character, Smoke. I'm very thankful we got the UMK3 skin in this game because I'm really not a big fan of the New Era skin. Now, there's two ways to go about this one. Give us Cyber Smoke. We've already seen the design in the game, just make that skin available for us. However, if I had to choose a human-looking Smoke skin, I would be just as happy with the Shaolin Monk skin. Yes, the original skin is dated, but people have recreated it in mods, and I think it would look fantastic in this game. How some people feel about Deception Sub-Zero is how I feel about this Smoke skin. Shaolin Monks isn't as well known in the casual Mortal Kombat community, so some people may not know of this one, but I really do like this one a lot. The art you're seeing here is from Mortal Kombat Deception. They took the cyborg Smoke that's in that game and modded it to look like the human Smoke from Shaolin Shaolin monks. And that's just to give you an idea of how it may look in a modern sense. I love this skin. I wish we could get both, but yeah, I would be happy with either of those two for human or cyborg. Now, next up we have Scorpion, and I think we already have a great one in here that's almost there. That is Scorpion's Deadly Alliance skin. They put his alternative skin in here, which looks very similar to his primary, except they added a flaming skull. And there's a few other details that are different, but for the most part they look the same. I don't see them choosing two skins from the same game. I'm gonna have to go with Mortal Kombat 9 on this. I think Scorpion's pretty much at his peak in this design. The other contender being Scorpion from Mortal Kombat Deception. I think he still looks good, and I like the double swords on the back. But yeah, specifically for design, I'm gonna have to go with MK9 Scorpion. Next, we have Reptile. I've always had a soft spot for Reptile. I'm sure many of us fans do. I really like his UMK3 outfit. I think his movie outfit's fine, and while I really like these ones, I would love to see the Mortal Kombat 9's adaptation of the classic Reptile for this design. Although I would be fine if it looked similar, they actually need to do the mask right this time. The cameos tell you which game these skins originated from, and I know this is a petty nitpick, but technically this isn't the classic skin because they have the hockey masks, and personally I would just rather see Reptile return with a full cloth outfit just like the one from MK9. I prefer the human Reptile, and I think that one looks fantastic, and if I had to choose a lizard form, it would be Deadly Alliance. The whole black vest and attire looks amazing. I would just say straighten his back out a little bit and he'd be great. Next up we have Sub-Zero, and this one's a really tough one for me because I love Sub-Zero and there's so many good skins for him available. He already has a decent selection, but there's so many more that could be nice to have on him in this game. I would love to see Deception's skin in Mortal Kombat 1, but I wasn't a big fan of how they redid it in MK11. If they could change his literal skin color to go with the skin this time, I think that would look really cool. Yeah, I really would like to see that one, but in addition, another one I would really like to see would have to be the primary skin from MK9. As much as I like that one, I might have to actually go with the MKX one because the Deadly Alliance skin here looks kind of similar to MK9's. So I'm gonna say this, MKX's Sub-Zero's design has really grown on me. I actually do like the puffer jacket a lot, and I'm gonna choose between that and Deception. If they can give him that ice cold skin to match the skin in Deception, I'm going with that. Otherwise, I'd be really happy with the MKX skin. Next up, we have Li Mei. This one kind of bugs me because the Deception skin doesn't look like the Deception skin. I think they should have just gave her the Deadly Alliance skin and named it a Deadly Alliance skin. I think that would have been fine. I'm gonna go for the Li Mei alt and Deadly Alliance, although I know that's not gonna happen. That would be my choice, so realistically, since I know that one won't happen, I'm gonna have to say MK Deception's alt, because I really like this one too, and I think it's slept on. It's a really good design, and if we could get that in here, man, that would be amazing. Next up is Kenshi. I love Kenshi, but they really don't do much difference with his designs between the games. It's kind of like Kitana. They do make differences, but they're not too far from each other. With that being said, this is a pretty easy pick for me. I really like Kenshi's design in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. This is the game he debuted in. I think they nailed it on his design. And just a little fun fact for those that don't know, Kenshi's name was originally Blind Kenshi. I'm glad they did away with that name. I really do like this skin a lot. I'm going with Deadly Alliance. Next up, we have Baraka, also another character I really enjoy, but I feel like the skins in this game he really didn't get the justice for, and I'm glad we got the Age of Conan skin for him, but I still don't think that's the best either. The one on my screen now is probably my favorite one. I really don't like the default skin they have for him because it looks like a knockoff and cheaper version of the previous Baraka skins. Now, they've played up with Baraka's designs in the past. It's usually the white and red shirts, or they throw a little armor in there with it, but the one I would like to see come back the most is from Mortal Kombat 8, also known as MK vs. DC. He's pretty armored up here. It's not overdone. He looks menacing. I think this is a great Baraka skin, and I would love to see it in MK1. Next up is Geras, and he's the only character that doesn't have a history prior to NRS. He is the one character from the NRS era that was able to slip into this game. Therefore, his choices are pretty limited, but I do like his MK11 skin, and it is different enough. I think it'd be cool if they threw that one in the game. This video has lasted longer than I expected, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun, so please do leave it a like, and if this video gets enough likes, I'll go ahead and do the bottom row of the roster in the next video as well. Let me know what skins you'd like to see come back, and with that said, I will see you all live and or in the next video. Much love, everyone. Take care.